Welcome, my viewers. Welcome to my channel at St. Joe Maths Academy. I want you to subscribe, like, share my videos. Now, in this channel, I'm going to be taking you through everything that has to do with mathematics, right from a beginner level to a pro level, right? Now, today, we are going to be looking at algebra made simple. Now, I discovered that algebra is a topic that students fear a lot. But then, what if I told you that algebra is just common sense with letters attached to them? How? Now, let's start with the meaning of algebra. Now, algebra is simply using letters to represent numbers that are yet unknown, right? Now, what are these numbers or letters that we don't know yet? Algebra says we should use any of the letters of the English alphabet, whether X, whether Y, we could also use A, B, let's say W, any of them. You can use any of these letters to represent numbers that are not known yet. Now, the aim of algebra is just to discover or find these numbers that are not yet known. Now, but before we go into doing that, have you ever come across something like this before? X plus 2 equals 5. I know you have come across this before. And then most of you feel, or most of us feel overwhelmed by this expression or by this equation here. Now, this is why I'm making this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find this unknown number. Now, in this equation, we have x plus 2 is equal to 5. In this equation, by the way, this is an algebraic equation. In this equation, we are going to look for the value of x. Now, this x is the unknown that we talked about here, right? Now, how do we find x? Now, you are going to ask yourself, between 2 and 5, what connects them? Now, there is something that connects 2 and 5. What is that connects them? They are both numbers, right? Now, we are going to do what we call collecting of like terms in order to find this x. So, how do we find x now? So, we now say x is equal to, if we collect like terms, collecting of like terms means we are going to take 2 and move it across this equality sign to go and meet 5, right? Now, in order to do that, we now say x is equals 5 minus 2. Now, notice something. Here, over here, the sign on 2 was positive. But now it has crossed this equality sign to go and meet 5, right? So each sign will change to what? Minus, right? So from here, we can now say x is equal to, now what is 5 minus 2? 5 less of 2 is what? 3. So this is the value of our unknown. So this is what algebra is all about. Now, how do we know that we are correct? Now, let's go back to this original question or equation and impute the value of x back and see if we are correct. Now, if we are to do that, we discover if we write x plus 2, x plus 2 is equal to 5. Now, if we come here and replace the value of x with 3, which we have gotten the unknown, let's check if we are going to have 5. Now, let's do that. So, instead of x here, I'm going to write 3 plus 2. Now, it is equal to 5. Now, we now have, what is 3 plus 2? We have 5. 5 is equal to 5. So, you have seen that 5 is equal to 5, which means our unknown is what? Correct. Now, but that's by the way. Now, in order to understand algebra very well, you need to understand that there are key components Now we call them the main parts or the building blocks of algebra. Now in algebra we have two main parts. Those are the building blocks. Those are the things that we use in order to build the concept of algebra. How do I mean? Now under that under the main parts, the first one we have there is what we call the variables. Now what are variables? Variables are nothing more than letters or values, right? They are the letters, or values that change. It means that over time, the values change. They don't remain the same, right? Now, we could also refer to them as placeholders for numbers, right? Now again, examples of those variables we can have x, any of the English letters. We can have x, we can have y, we can have a, b, c, etc. Right? Those are what we call what? Variables. Now we have another building block in algebra which we call constants. Now what are constants? Constants are fixed numbers or numerical values that do not change, that do not change. It means their values remain the same over time. Examples, we can have 1, we can have 2, we can have 10, any number, any type of number at all. We can have -8, we can have 1/2, which is a fraction. We can have -4/7, which is a negative fraction. We can have 0.5, which is a decimal. Again, we can also have a mixed number, right? So any number you can think of is called a constant in algebra. Again, we now have the third part of algebra, which we call the operations. Now, what are operations? Operations are mathematical actions performed on variables and constants, right? For instance, we have the addition operation. Now, this addition operation has the symbol plus, as you all know. Now, it tells us to bring things together, to sum them up together. Now, again, we have what we call subtraction, right? Now, subtraction means to take things away from some other things, right? Now, this is the symbol. Now we have multiplication. This is the symbol. Multiplication simply means repeated addition. Now we have what? Division. Division actually means sharing things into several parts. Okay? Now, with that being said, I will head over to give you something to do, a quick one. Now, I want you all to do this for me. If you have an equation such as x plus 4 is equal to 7, I want you all to solve this for me and give your answer in the comment section. I want to see it. Now, in the next video, I will teach you or show you how to solve algebraic expressions like a group. I will see you in the next one.